What's up, YouTube? Seth back with Lost Legion TCG, here to do an update on Nephthys dinosaurs. If you know me, if you've been following the channel from the beginning, first off, thank you. Second off, you know that I love dinosaurs. We had a profile of my going first barrier statue build go up not that long ago. So I decided to go and do a little twist on them, which is a pet deck of my own. I didn't know other people were doing it when I started doing it, but now I've seen other profiles and other people doing it. It is the ritual archetype Nephthys with the dinosaurs. It's a ton of fun. This deck is super explosive, and going first, you can build some crazy boards. So we'll just go ahead and we'll jump right into the profile. I'm really excited. Start things off, we have the ban list Dodger himself, 3 Misc. This card is almost infamous, but we don't really use him for his protection effect. He's mostly used to banish for additional resources later on in our combo sequences. Next up is 3 copies of Baby Ceratosaurus. Baby is arguably the most important dinosaur in this entire deck. So all of the Nephthys monsters destroy cards in your hand in order to activate their effects, and I think you can see where that would synergize with dinosaurs as Baby Ceratosaurus and 2 copies of Petite Pteranodon like to be destroyed. Normally you don't play this heavy of a baby package, but you absolutely need to see the babies in order for this deck to function, which is why we essentially play 8 copies of babies in order to hopefully see them. Sometimes you'll need a normal Oviraptor in order to search your babies. We're still on 2 copies of Archosaur. Jeweled Boy here is pretty good. A lot of times you'll actually summon him off of Baby Ceratosaurus instead of Misc, but he serves the same purpose. Pop a baby, search double evolution pill. Next up, we only played 2 copies of Oviraptor. It feels really weird playing dinosaurs and only playing 2 copies of Oviraptor, but we played 2 copies of Oviraptor for the same reason you played 2 copies of Archosaur. So if you draw one, you can still combo. You don't actually want to see Oviraptor in your opening hand. If you see Oviraptor in your opening hand is probably relatively subpar. This deck mostly wants to normal summon Matriarch of Nephthys, which is a card we'll get to in a little bit. I'll take more time and explain what they actually do. Everybody knows what dinosaurs do. But yeah, you don't really want to draw your Oviraptor. You want to summon it from deck with Baby. 2 copies of Conductor. This is a card that I've actually considered bumping to 3, because drawing it means you'll hard summon the 1 copy and then use your pill to summon your Overtext Coatlas, which we still play. We play enough cards in this deck where we don't actively draw Coatlas. And that's okay because it's a really good pill target, and back row interruption's really good right now. If you can stop like a Sanguine or a Conquistador or a Cursed Eldland or anything, it's really good. 1 copy of Pank. We play more. Panky Boy's at 1, unfortunately. And 1 copy of Giant Rex. That's it for the dinosaur package. We'll get straight into the Nephthys package, which is the heart and soul of this deck. First up is 3 copies of Devotee of Nephthys. So, Devotee of Nephthys is your level 2 spellcaster wind ritual monster. It go ahead, when you ritual summon it, it summons a Nephthys monster from deck. So then you can use that monster's effect to destroy your baby in order to just full combo. It also has a second effect that's used in pretty much every combo sequence, where you get to destroy a Nephthys card in your hand to resurrect itself from grave. You have to keep in mind that it does have to be properly summoned first in order to activate this effect, but you'll often use this. Make the Link 2. The Link 2 will search you the Nephthys monster that you need to destroy in order to bring Devotee back. We play 3 copies of Disciple. Disciple is sort of the Oviraptor of the Nephthys cards. When this card's on the field, you can destroy a card in your hand in order to search a Nephthys monster. It's actually really important to the deck because you can use it to search your ritual ones. If you're missing them, you can use it to search your Matriarch, which is also a 3 of in the deck. You can use it to search Matriarch. Matriarch is almost always your optimal normal summon in the deck. Matriarch destroys a card in your hand to reborn a Nephthys from grave. This comes up in, again, virtually every combo. This will be the one that you summon off of your devotee in most hands to then destroy a baby and summon back the Nephthys monster that you ideally tributed for the ritual summon of devotee. 2 copies of Conductor of Nephthys. This is our new friend from Phantom Rage, and this card's honestly really good. The only downside to this card is you have to draw it in order to use it. I'm playing it at 2 currently. You could get away with 3 of this and 2 of Devotee, since you can search Devotee with pre-prep, but you cannot search Conductor with pre-prep. 1 copy of Defender. Defender, it summons a Nephthys monster from hand by destroying a card in your hand. 1 Chronicler. Chronicler adds a card from grave to hand. This is sometimes the card that you summon off of Devotee if you open too many Nephthys names. If you open too many Nephthys names in your hand, you'll go into one of these 2 to then normal summon it. And then Defender, you can special summon it. And then 1 copy of the Sacred Phoenix of Nephthys. We got the OG Phoenix into the deck. You search this with the Nephthys Link 2, then you destroy it in order to reborn Devotee, and then standby phase, it comes back and wipes back row. That's it for the monsters. It's an absolutely enormous monster count. The monsters make up most of the deck. Onto the spell cards. The only non-engine spell card we play is 3 copies of Pot of Prosperity. This card just boosts consistency for anything gimmicky that you're trying to play. Anything that's gimmicky, semi-rogue, has consistency issues, Pot of Prosperity is a godsend. 3 copies of Fossil Dig. This is your not once per turn Rhoda. This will mostly be used to search your babies or your misc in order to fully extend. 2 copies of Double Evolution Pill. We still only play 2. You'll search it with your Archosaur 9 out of 10 times, just like if you're playing regular dinosaurs. Then we play 3 copies of Prep of Rites. Both of the Nephthys ritual monsters that we play are low enough level to be searched with Preparation of Rites. We also play 3 pre-prep. This is essentially 6 copies of Devotee. Pre-prep and baby is generally full combo for this deck. It's honestly kind of hysterical to think that, but instead of misc baby, you want pre-prep baby. And then 2 copies of Rebirth of Nephthys. Up until very recently, I was playing 3, but I kept having hands where I would open like 2 rebirths, so I cut it to 2, and so far it's been treating me well. A lot of times you'll add this off of pre-prep, but if you hard open it and the ritual monster, that's also not a problem at all. That's actually it for the spell cards. It's not that many spells. This deck is almost entirely monsters. You also play a ton of 3-ofs, so if you can't afford Prosperity, just go ahead and slap a couple Desires in here and give it a go. Onto the extra, we play 2 copies of Lagia and 2 copies of Dolka. These are just your normal dinosaur rank 4s. A lot of people are playing 2 Dolka, 1 Lagia, but you oftentimes make Appaloosa in this deck, so I go for Lagia more often than Dolka because you already have 3 to 4 negations on the Appaloosa, so 2 more additional monster negations on the Dolka is just kind of redundant. We play Secure Gardna and Link Karibo because sometimes in this deck you will draw hands in which you're just playing dinosaurs, and normal summon Archosaur, link into Link Karibo, link into Secure Gardna, Double Evolution Pill, bam, Conductor. 1 copy of Nightmare Phoenix. Back row sucks. We don't like back row, especially not dinosaurs. Trap cards are the bane of dinosaurs' existence. If you've watched a dinosaur video with me in the past, you've heard me say that 100 times. 2 copies of our Nephthys, the Sacred Preserver. This is your Nephthys Link 2 that you make. We do not play the Link 3. You can if you want to. And if you want to play the Link 3, I would cut the Cross Sheep to do so. Cross Sheep's here to help you draw cards. You'll never make it if you open Prosperity. But Nephthys Link 2, the Sacred Preserver, is the one that searches your Phoenix to pop and bring back your Devotee. It also adds a ritual spell back from grave to hand. It has a second effect where you can destroy a Nephthys card that it points to summon one from grave, but its effects are negated, but that doesn't come up very often. We play 1-star Yuja. You make this, you'll make this in pretty much any hand where you don't open Prosperity. because you want to activate your Saryuja in order to dig for like your third baby or your conductor or something like that. One copy of Appaloosa. Appaloosa is in your ending boards 9 out of 10 times. Sometimes it has 3 negates, sometimes it has 4, sometimes it has 2. But the card is almost always present. We play 1 copy of Mech Knight Crusadia Avermax. If you open Prosperity and you can't go into Saryuja, where you would go into Saryuja, you'll go into Appaloosa. And then when you fully extend, you're able to make Avermax. So you're able to end on Appaloosa, Avermax, Conductor, and a rank 4, which, let's be honest, that board is terrifying. We play the 1 access code. If you can't afford access code, then that's fine. Just play a rank 4 you want. Play anything, honestly. Abyss Dweller, Tornado Dragon, any of them. You can make any. You can play Nightmare Cerberus. You can play IP Masquerena. You can play anything you want. Access code just helps OTK further, because this deck does link summon a lot more than your typical Dinosaur builds do. And then last in the extra deck is 1 copy of Underworld Goddess of the Closed World. This deck has the ability to spam board, so making the link 5 using one of your opponent's monsters, getting rid of a problematic card such as Dragoon or something like that that you don't feel like actually dealing with, you can just use it to go right into the link 5. Again, you don't have to play the link 5 if you don't want to. I just like the card a lot, and I've used it to out countless Dragoons already, and the card hasn't even been out that long. It's essentially like if Super Poly, you could use it for a link monster. It's insane. That's it for the profile. If you'd like to see the deck in action, let us know down in the comments. If you would like to see combos, test hands, or even just another video explaining the theory or why I built the deck the way it is, let us know. I'd be happy to get it out to you guys. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.